Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
On the ready.
33.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And take it right on the 30. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 34. First carry for Nick Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
2nd and 5. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Following the interception, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Edwards. And just a small glimpse there as to why. They like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Mayfield. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
Hey, on 133.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Succop for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Steelers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, Conner looking for space, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the Browns' 43-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run for the first time with Benny Snell, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after first down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on 2nd down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage has evaporated. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Back to throw. Costello. He completes it to Bryant. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
36-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
53 is the mic. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Costello. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw on 3rd down. Costello. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Edwards. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Run.
Alert 3.
Real.
Alert 3.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Sponge. No.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
But maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Mayfield. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Point it right. Bravo.
Check. Fresno. SOS.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bud Dupree with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
This is taken at the 18. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Off play action. Costello. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Throwing again. Costello. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Landry now on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
On 1st down. It's Connor. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got his man on the out route. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 1st down, Connor plowing ahead for about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Not today, you want? Not today.
Hey, wahoo!
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Let's go. Let's go.
Now.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
To throw, Mayfield, buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Ready, set.
33. Go. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. I'm on.
Ready.
Following the fumble recovery, Costello. And he will find his man on the outside. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Set. 60 outlaw.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
5.
Throwing on first down. Costello. And this is caught. It's Bryant. And it's a Steeler touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. As they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
Check it out, please. He's coming. He's coming.
Let's go.
We got double up.
Mayfield on first down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Pistol. Hey, Delta.
Slam. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Alert. My touch.
Mayfield down. Being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Guys, out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Hey, alert.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, Costello. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
The final shot before break. Costello airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Check 99. Check 99.
Hurry.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Costello. And he's got his man on the out route. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's a...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sione Takitaki. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one, because right now, this has not been his game.
He's going to rifle one deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Conner on 1st down, working his way forward for about 4 yards. 2nd down coming up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, a run with Conner. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Gets it to Hardman. A jet sweep. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Left coming, left coming. Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, exit.
Check Mike 33, check Mike 33. And we got hit it.
He'll try and throw for it here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Watching you five. Come on, D. Check.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around.
Run, go.
And down inside the 15 he goes. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Regular. Hurry. Smooth.
Get in the right room. Get in the right
room.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Switch.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I can't believe they even let you play.
On 3rd down, Costello going up top. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Back to throw. Costello. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's out right at the 25. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Costello taking a deep shot here for... This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 58 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for first and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Mayfield to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep them.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootlegging. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And the Steelers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Bravo!
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And again, it's Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Check 15, check.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Costello, he's going to let it fly. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but now it's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Costello. Now a desperation throw deep. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit